Saeed Fitness Coaching. We're back at it again, and this is going to be an interesting video. In this video, or this is even going to go to the podcast, so it's not just video. But anyway, what am I going to talk about today? It's going to be a very, very interesting topic, and that is the topic of how, or essentially, is the topic of the only three things that you really need to achieve your transformation, right? Like three, if you had to pinpoint it to three important things, right? Three principles, three basic principles for how you can achieve your transformation without thinking about nutrition plan, like thinking beyond just a nutrition plan and a training plan. Thinking beyond that, right? We all know you need to have a training, you need to be training regularly, and you need to be eating clean, right? We all know that, and we all need a program for your fitness, you need a program for your training, all these things, right? But thinking beyond that, because that alone is not gonna really get you to that transformation that you're looking for. Majority of us, right, we're looking for a transformation that can last a lifetime. That's essentially what we want. That's why we all exercise. That's why we all eat clean and eat healthy. We do that because simply it makes us feel good, and it makes us feel alive, and it makes the day just so much better, right? When you work out and when you really go for it, and you get that sweat in, just the day is just so much better, right? The day is just much more relaxed. You feel good about yourself. And we all want that, and we want to be able to do that, right, until we're old, and forever, right? Essentially, ideally, a lot of us want that. So, okay, so simple. If I have to think about three things, beyond just a training plan, a nutrition plan, three things that if I had to really nail down to be able to get to my transformation, right, to truly achieve my transformation. What would these three things be? Anyway, so look, you don't have to listen to me, right? You don't have to listen to me, but what I'm telling you right here is simply things that have worked on me and also on a lot of my clients. This is another thing. This is what I do for a living, right? I help people achieve a physical transformation. And this is what I do for a living, full time, all day long, online. Just talking to my clients, I'm giving them plans, I'm giving them strategies, I'm giving them systems, I'm giving them processes, and I'm holding them accountable and helping them. And so I have to try different things out. Just part of my job. I have to understand the person, and I have to see, okay, how can I teach him that? If I have a few elements, what have I seen worked with them, right? And this is all this is, right? So you ain't gotta listen to me. Right? You ain't gonna listen to me. So that's all I'm saying. This is from my experience. So let's get into it. First thing you need is specific habits. Now, what is specific habits? Specific habits is basically habits that essentially society cannot teach you, right? Like habits that basically you can learn them, but it cannot be taught, right? These kind of habits. You're never, no book, no fitness book, or no video, or no programs out there are going to teach you how to be consistent, right? Being consistent is a habit, and it's a specific habit. So you need habits that allow you to, or the habits that are going to truly help you be consistent in these things. These things cannot be taught. These things you have to learn. You have to do it. You have to develop that habit. Right? It's your own journey. It's a very personal thing. If you're not doing that, all the other things don't matter, really. I don't care what good your program is. I don't care how well you eat, how good you eat. It's all about how consistent you do it. That's simply it. So this is the first thing you need to develop. You need to think about when you start this journey, when you start this. This is in the first days, right? You're really trying to commit to this. The first thing you have to focus on is your specific habits. Developing specific habits. habits with your sleep, right? Habits with your food, specific habits on how you eat, right? And these are essentially going to be the things that will last, right? The fitness program, the nutrition program, these things don't last. These things are always changing, and always new things are coming on, and you're trying different things out, and one day keto works, one day vegan, one day carnivore, one day I don't know what. Every day they're coming up with some new thing. Yeah, so all these things are just, I don't want to say noise, but we know innately as humans, we know how to eat. We're creatures that also are designed to move around, and we know innately, we instinctively, we know what to do. If we have to get fit, right, we know we just need to move around and do exercise more and do things and do activities. We know that. We know we need to eat clean and eat whole foods and eat animals, right, and lean protein, like lean cuts of animals, right. We know we shouldn't eat fat. We know, we instinctively know that, right. So no keto, no vegan diet. None of these are going to truly teach you on how you should eat, right. We as humans, through years of evolution, have instinctively developed a way for us to eat, and we know how to survive. It's a survival mechanism. So what I'm saying is that you don't need to spend too much time on these fitness programs, because we all know the basics. But where most fail are in their habits, in their specific habits. And that isn't something that's, you first have to develop that if you're thinking about doing this long term, right? Developing the discipline and things along those lines. Okay, now let's say, okay, I have developed some good specific habits. I've been doing this consistently, maybe 3 months, 4 months, maybe even a week, right? What else do I need to think about? What else? What other principles are going to truly help me, get to my transformation? And that is accountability. Accountability is important. To explain further, accountability is essentially a way to ensure that you're in a situation where you cannot fail, right? Accountability is your guide when you're going through a harsh and a tough journey. You need accountability. I always give this example. If you're gonna climb Everest, are you gonna do this alone? And I'm not saying you can do it alone, but it's probably not the best idea. If you're climbing Everest, if you're going through a tough journey, you should probably go with someone, with a guide, right? With a partner, with a friend, with a smart friend, with someone that can hold me accountable. Someone that can truly just check me when I'm not doing my thing, when I'm not developing my specific habits, right? You're going to ensure that the specific habits that you have, you're going to constantly practice them because you have accountability. Accountability is going to be just basically, either the people around me and also my own commitment to it, right? It's also a very personal thing. You have to first keep yourself accountable, because at the end of the day, no one is really watching but you. You kind of know you can't cheat yourself, right? So you have to you're gonna have to hold yourself accountable. That's a big part of it. But that alone ain't gonna hold much. That alone ain't gonna last through the tough times. And it's not gonna last forever. Eventually you're just gonna get lazy and you're like, I'll do it tomorrow, and then one day leads to another, and then boom, it's been 2 months and you haven't exercised, you haven't been eating clean. So to avoid that, you need some accountability. You need someone to check you, need someone to help you, need someone to guide you, to give you support, right? To call you out as well when you're not doing things, to someone who's gonna bust your ass. That's important. You need someone like that. Otherwise, you're not really gonna make it in everything in life, right? Even in business or careers, right? You wanna be the best. You wanna climb up the ranks. You wanna build something really big, and you wanna make an impact. You need accountability, right? You need people who are going to call you out. You need to do it with people. You can't do it alone. You're probably not going to get there, right? So accountability is important. And that, with the specific knowledge, now you're Now you're setting up the foundation in a way where it's difficult for you to fail now. Now it's really, really difficult for you to fail. Like, you're just going to continuously do it. You know you're going to continuously do it. People around you are helping you and supporting you, and it's becoming part of your identity, and it's becoming part of who you are and what you do, and people know it, and people do it with you, and you're helping other people. And it's just that beautiful journey with you getting fitter and progressing and getting better. Okay, now you have that, right? Now it's, yeah, life is perfect? No, life is not perfect. You still got one more thing you need to do. You still got one more thing you need to do, and that is you need to build a process, right? And by a process, I mean, like, you need something that can be automated. You need to automate this thing, essentially, because it's all action based. The only way you'll be fit, the only way you will be healthy, lean, ripped, muscular, yeah, if you want to live that lifestyle, then that is based on you taking action. Because if you're not taking action, you're not getting nowhere, right? Back to the specific knowledge, back to this discipline. If you're not taking action, you're not really getting anywhere. You know, you can have the best plan, you can have the best principle, you can have someone tell you to do it, but if you're not really doing it, it doesn't matter. So you need to do it. Yeah, it's action. This is constant action you have to take to really take care of your body and to improve and progress your body. Now, you need a process for that, right? If you're working out 3 times a week, if you're doing cardio twice a week, if you're if you're eating 2 to 4 meals a day, consistently clean food, you have to make it, or your wife has to make it, or whoever close one has to make it, right? So you need a process for that. It needs to be automated. It needs to be very, very easily accessible to you. Like, you should be able to work out instantly if you want to work out. You don't have to like think about changing your clothes and gathering up the energy and feeling like you don't really want to work out. But then no, you just kind of need to have a space, something very accessible to you where you can do a workout. It should be very accessible to you to get clean food, whether that's food in your fridge, clean ingredients with the fridge, whether that's you going once a week to the grocery store and buying your things, right? Like, you need a process for that. You need to commit to that. You need to have something like a structured system within your life that's automated. It just works on its own, and you're just kind of taking action as part of your life, and you're not really worried too much because it's just part of your day, right? That's the process. You want to make it part of your day, like it's something that you're doing constantly. You need to automate all these processes, right? You need to have a space where you work out. You need to have, equipment in your kitchen, groceries, the right groceries in the fridge, whatever that you need to be able so that you can easily perform these things. It's pretty easy. I mean, you can live a life where it's very easy for you. You just jump out and you make your meal, right? You make a clean meal, you have it, takes 15 minutes. You should be able to have the ability, and like, now you can just go to the next room and you do a nice little workout, right? Do a nice little 10-15 minute workout, 20-minute workout, whatever you can, right? And you can also have days where you go to the gym. Unfortunately, right now gyms are closed, but you can go outside. You can play around with some pull-ups. You can always do something. You can move around, walk around, run, jump, swim. Try swim here right now, it's snowing. But yeah, you can do it. You can do it. So you need a process for all of these things. And there you have it.